Hey, we back. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here with my brother Nick, and I will be showing you guys a step-by-step of my most viewed hairstyle. We got 1 million views on Facebook, and it was called the Hourglass. It's super dope. So, of course, I am using my hair candy braid. Oh God, there's hair on it. Whatever. My hair candy braid gel. And my trusty sidekick, my precision pick. I always start with the middle part, unless I'm doing like a swirl or an S. So right now I'm just gonna show you how easy it is to go over a middle part. I start from the front, and I come straight back. It doesn't matter if it's straight the first time, you just go. Because we will mold it with the gel to make a more precise part. Take the gel from the front to the back. And then I'll take the comb and slowly glide across the scalp. And as you can see, this is how I get my middle part so straight. And of course you can go over it, because sometimes it just goes all the way and sometimes it doesn't. But voila, this is my middle part. So I went over this way as far as I can go, and then I came toward the middle. And it's almost like a slice of pizza or a piece of pie. Then I go over the part just to clean it up. I pray that my head is not in the way, y'all, because if it is, I'm just doing horrible. I'll extend this line from here to here, as far as I can possibly go, and then find a median point so that it matches this, and I'll just come across this way. Just so it looks like this part was continuous. And you should have 2 triangles. I'm not sure if you guys can actually see it, so I'm gonna lift this up. And you should have a triangle here and a triangle here. From your 2 triangles, you'll make a straight part down. It's almost like a lollipop, so you're giving it a stick at the end, and you'll cross it so that it ends where the lower triangle ends. I extend this line to the bottom of the lollipop stick. That's what I'm gonna call it. And then I'll cross it this way. My ultimate goal is to make a triangle out of the top part of this braid. So it should be a triangle left on the inside, and I'll cut this down into a smaller triangle as well. So you should have a really small triangle on the inside. Grab a couple of hairs, 3 to be exact, and I braid going around. And as I go to the other parts, just grab as I go. The part should be sectioned off. In total, it should be 5 parts. If you know where you're going with the hair, you just bring the hair with you. When I turn corners, I always tend to turn my wrist like toward the way I want the braid to go, just so it won't be any bubbles in the braid, and it'll probably just lay down flat if I'm lucky the first time. So I'll always grab a small part, especially if I'm going to connect something or if I'm going in a circle. I always grab a small part of the piece that I'm starting to connect. And when I get here, I turn my wrist in, and I'm still able to turn the hair. It's like telling the hair where to go, sorry. It looks really easy, but it is not, because I have a hard time explaining how I get the hair to turn, but that's the best way I can explain it. I literally just grab a new piece of hair. So we're going, this is the end piece of the lollipop. We're going here, I grab a small piece, and then I just turn, because I know that's where the braid is going. And it's almost like I'm braiding inward, but I'm not. It's still a cornrow, but I'm turning my fingers with the hair as well to tuck them under the next part of the braid. So what we did on this side was start 1/2 of the hourglass. We did a gear, a triangle gear, and we went around and came down. We're gonna do the exact same thing on the opposite side. Make an extension. And then connect it. And with this extension, we're gonna go through the head of the lollipop. Then we're gonna cut across the top of the triangle. Take whatever product that you use to braid with, go from the root to the tip. It'll just give you some leverage when adding the hair that doesn't have any product. It just extends the product to the next part of the hair. You should now have 2 pieces of your hourglass done. From this point, you are trying to make a diagonal line that meets this part of the hourglass. And when you're parting something, let me scratch that. thinking symmetrically, you want your braids to all be the same size. So from this part here to here, it's gonna get bigger because I'm coming from a point, but when I braid this, it's gonna be the same width as this. So with that being said, when I make this part to go down here, you want these two to almost be identical, and it'll match this part as well. And I always grab the smallest pieces of hair at the beginning. And then we do the same exact thing on this side. Come from the corner, diagonal, and come down. And grab the smallest pieces of the beginning of the braid. Just gently. Your braids can be tight without you putting a lot of pressure on your client's scalp. As long as you're pulling the hair, you don't have to push down on the head. So what I did after that was mold down the sides. And just this much. Just push from the center to the edges. Also, you would want to braid these two all the way to the end, or all of them all the way to the end. This one will start this braid. This one will start over here by itself and just come around. So, you know, this is going to be attached to this. Braid this a little further down. You don't ever want to connect the braid and it looks like just this, like an incomplete braid. So I would braid as far as you possibly can. And this is your middle part up here. I'm gonna take a little bit of this out so I can start making the crown. Go from the middle of the head towards the edge. And as I go, I'll just pull little pieces. And just keep sliding my fingers down and making sure that I substitute the right or the left strand for the middle. Do not forget to stretch the hair from the middle to the edge to achieve like this halo effect. I pray that y'all can see his head, because I have nobody to check. Take your laptop home. You can even calm it down a little bit, but push it with the end. It makes a hell of a difference. And so I will be ending it like this. So I'm giving y'all like a really, some of y'all probably like, Leon, shut the fuck up. I've been doing this. But for those of you who didn't know how to do this, here's some, you know, insight on how I make those halo bunless man bun designs. I have a crochet needle. Anyone works. I try to get to where I know the smaller part of the braid will fit in through the biggest part of the braid seamlessly. I'll hook and I'll just place the smaller part here and I'll pull. And you see it's tight because I went to where like they meet and almost become like the same size in essence. Do the same thing for the other side. And I'll just pull. So it'll look like this. And what I'll do is just continue to pull. And then just do the same exact thing on this side. Put your head back. Right. Come out. We have the hourglass. If you like what you see, subscribe, click the little bell for alerts, you know. Tell me what you liked about it, tell me what you didn't like, comment, share it with your friends, and I'll see you next time.